With Red Dead Redemption 2 on the horizon, many gamers are excited to see what Rockstar will deliver this time. It's been over 8 years since the original Red Dead Redemption, and that game is still looked upon as a masterpiece, and it's actually my personal favorite single-player game of all time. But as I was watching the release footage of the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2, I began to think about something. It seems as if pretty much every single one of Rockstar's games have massive open worlds, and every single one of these open world games are absolutely amazing and outstanding. While open world games are pretty much everywhere these days, most of them are pretty disappointing and empty. But Rockstar, on the other hand, oh no, their worlds are better than my world. Yeah, I'd rather live in the peaceful and safe Vice City than where I am right now. It looks like a great place, and I'm kind of thinking that it's based off of somewhere else in real life. Maybe like San Antonio or Paris or something. I really don't know. Anyways, the point is, Rockstar games have a certain charm and feel to them, and it's honestly something I can only get from Rockstar games. There could be a variety of causes that make me feel so great when I play these games. It could be the fact that I love being able to recreate the way that I act in real life. It could be that I like the massive skies, but I really don't think that's the case. Deep down, I know that the real reason why I love these games is because of the true open world experience. Rockstar's worlds, like I said, are the best open worlds of any games. The consistency is almost always there, and every new release has a world that is better than the last. So what exactly is so good about these worlds? What is it that makes these games the way they are? I'll go ahead and start from the very beginning. Many open world games have a little bit of life when you're playing them, like how Far Cry enemies will jump out of their cars and yell stuff at you, how Fallout games have cool little side quests that actually make sense, and of course how Mass Effect Andromeda had a super realistic flying animation when you were trying to walk around on the ground and you just started flying. Wait, what? Oh, that wasn't intentional? What I'm saying here is that some of these games do a pretty decent job at adding life into their world, but many of them lack consistency and only do it in certain areas of their world. Diamond City in Fallout 4, Novigrad in The Witcher 3, and New Vegas in New Vegas are all great examples of places that do it right. Those locations tend to have a sense of life and feel like a realistic place in a realistic world. Now, Rockstar doesn't just do this in some locations, they take this same approach in every single aspect of their maps. In order to identify life in a video game world, we're going to have to take a look at what creates this life. Now, there are 3 things: movement, realistic settings, and differences in scenery. Rockstar worlds have all 3 of these things, and that's what makes them feel so lively. Movement. This is the factor that many games have but don't do correctly. In order for an open world to feel alive, there needs to be some sort of movement and activities in the area that there are other people. In basically every single open world game in the Grand Theft Auto series, this is done perfectly. The NPCs move around about their daily business, and they don't make you stick out like a sore thumb. Traffic flows freely and realistically, planes fly around in the sky, waves push boats, and stuff just feels natural. The day and night cycle is perfect, and the constant changes in lighting and the progression of time of day helps to make the world feel like it's in constant motion and growth. The ambulances moving around helping the old man that just got ran over by some dude in a really nice supercar add to the effect by making the world actually feel like a functioning society. Things move, and they move extremely realistically and smoothly. And honestly, it just feels right. It's not like we have a Fallout 4 settlement on our hands where the stupid old lady just moves from chair to chair, and people walk around in circles and get in the way. This is an example of pointless movement, but it's not like that with Rockstar games. All of the people who are moving about their daily business seem to have some sort of purpose, and these NPCs and this interaction is one of the factors that helps to make this game feel alive. Second of all is the realistic settings in Rockstar worlds. If you take a look at Red Dead Redemption, you can see this firsthand. The entire map is separated into different zones, and each zone smoothly transitions into the next. There's a nice variation in areas, and it keeps the world from getting boring. I personally feel as if this was a big problem with Assassin's Creed British Edition. The entire world just felt like the exact same thing, copied and pasted, and it totally killed the exploration in the game. But when I say realistic settings, I don't mean something that would be possible in real life. Obviously, some games aren't set in real life, so I don't want to be that guy who's like, according to my calculations, this isn't possible. That's not what I mean by this. What I mean is that the locations in a good game world, and definitely all Rockstar ones, seem to fit the theme of the time and place that they are set in. In Red Dead Redemption, everything from the flooring in the houses to the sketchy docks at Thieves Landing are covered in the same western grit and grime. It really helps to keep the feel of the world consistent, and it adds to the overall life of the worlds. And this leads me into my third point, the differences in scenery. I kinda already mentioned it, but it's a thing that is required for a good open world game. Like I said with Assassin's Creed The Syndicate Project, if everything feels the same, what is the point of exploring? And if you take a look at every Rockstar game ever, you would notice that absolutely none of the locations feel the same. In Vice City, for example, you can feel the difference between the rich estates on the canals, the massive beaches on the east coast, and the slummy shops in the interior of the island. In Bully, for example, the map starts out with rustic mountains, cuts through a modern city, and then ends with some luxurious, Victorian-style mansions. And the same thing goes for basically every other Rockstar world. So the worlds are alive, and we've determined that already. But there's another quality about Rockstar's worlds that makes them stand out from other games, and it was admitted by Rob Nelson himself. You probably don't recognize the name, but trust me, he's an important dude who's a big part of Rockstar games. Anyways, this guy stated that the studio tends to keep an important quality in mind when designing their worlds, and that is the fact that they want the world to feel independent of the player. They want to make their games feel as if the world continues to exist and be alive even when the player isn't in the game. As stated by IGN, many games are developed around the player, and make the game seem as if everything revolves around them. In games like Skyrim, shopkeepers arrive and seem as if they're basically waiting for you. They just stand around and wait until you buy something, or if you're me, until you steal everything. But Rockstar games aren't like that. The way they design their open worlds is to show that society still exists and still functions, even if the player isn't around. NPCs still go about their daily business, trains drive around the map on their own schedule, and the world still continues even if you aren't around. This is shown strongly with Michael in GTA 5. Even when you don't play as him, you still realize that he has a family and has aspects of life that he has to deal with. When you switch from character to character, you can come back to any of them and see what's going on and what they're doing. They still exist and they still do stuff, even if you aren't around to do it for them. In a good open world, the world needs to exist and the player just needs to play a part in it. Or in other words, the world can't revolve around the player. While these are important, there's one final thing that makes Rockstar games stand out to me in particular, and it's the sounds. Sounds are taken for granted in video games, and not a lot of people realize the power that they truly hold. Like, imagine taking a good game that has good sounds and replacing all of the footsteps with Squidward from SpongeBob walking. Okay, honestly, that sounds like a really good idea now that I think about it. Anyways, the sounds in Rockstar games help to make the worlds into what they truly are. In GTA, you can hear cars honking, people walking down the street talking on their cell phones, the hum of machinery, and differences in sound depending on what you step on. For example, if you break a window and then walk over the ground below where you broke it, you will hear the crunching of glass underneath your feet. These things are freaking awesome, and without them the game worlds would feel much different. And the soundtracks really contribute to the feeling of the world as well. When roaming the Wild West in Red Dead, you can hear the Western style music that makes you feel like you're really there, and in GTA, the action music that appears when you're in a gunfight makes it even more intense. And the ambient noise helps to set the mood as well, when you can hear the crickets chirping and the wind blowing in Red Dead, and you can hear the waves crashing on the beach in GTA. These sounds make the sensory experience even more realistic, and without them, the worlds wouldn't have the same vibe. But it's honestly the attention to detail that defines a Rockstar game, and a Rockstar world for me. It's all the little things that you don't really think of that add up to contribute to these worlds in a manner that makes them outstanding. It's the fact that you can get in your car in GTA and change the radio station to whatever mood you are feeling. It's the fact that in Red Dead Redemption, you can ride your horse through the open world and find a group of people who've been attacked by bandits and need your help. It's the fact that Rockstar takes the time to make the sun rays reflect off the paint of your car, your feet bend when you're walking down a curb, and your character sink into the mud as you're walking in the marsh. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of little things that are done in Rockstar games to have this effect. And when put together, it creates something truly amazing. God dang it, Rockstar, you're making me cry. It's refreshing to have a company that truly cares about the games they release. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been in development for 8 years, and they still push back the release date in order to perfect some things in the game. With studios like Activate My News and Electronic Atrophy, it means a lot that Rockstar loves their games, and do whatever they can to keep their reputation positive. Because the thing is, they don't need to do what they do. They would still sell just as many copies of their games without these details, because many people don't even notice them. But they don't do that. They want every aspect of their game to be perfect, and they want to craft worlds that people can escape the real world and immerse themselves into. I'm honestly super excited for the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm looking forward to how this game will change the future of Rockstar Games and the future of the gaming industry by crafting a perfect open world. By the way, I just want to say this video is not sponsored by Rockstar, but Rockstar, if you want to sponsor me, I am free. Just hit me up in the DMs, bro. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about Rockstar's worlds in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.